What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Quora Partner Program. So I know I've already talked about it in a previous video, but this will be kind of an update regarding how I'm doing so far. I think it's been approximately 3 weeks since that last video, and a lot of things have changed, and hopefully they've been for the better. So let's just get right into it. So for those of you who haven't watched my previous video, I would urge you to watch that if you don't know what Quora is and you have no idea what the Quora Partner Program is. For a quick recap of that video, I talk about what it is, how to get involved with it, and the best ways to get invited to it. So a quick overview of that would be the Quora Partner Program is a program through the website Quora, which is kind of like an ask-answer website where people ask questions and people give answers, and those are stored on the website Quora and people get to view them. Quora makes money through advertising, and what happens is that Quora in May unveiled a program where people would be paid money to ask quality questions that get ad impressions on them. So you ask a question, well, this is a simple way of saying it. So you ask a question, let's say it gets like 20,000 views, great. It has like 1,000 ad impressions, so that way you basically get like $2 or something. Now this is definitely a gross oversimplification, and that isn't I have no idea what the exact formula is, but that's kind of a simple way to put it as. So I have currently asked over 1,000 questions, 1,452 to be exact, and I have earned about $1,700, so 1,678. And I'm saying 1,700 because one, this was updated on Tuesday. Today, as you can see, is Thursday. Sometimes the Quora Partner Program doesn't update. Usually it updates daily, but I guess there's some bug or something, and if for anyone that's wondering why their stats haven't updated, it's just a bug. It'll be fine in a couple of days or so. So yeah, I've earned about $1,700 asking 1,400 questions or so. So I was invited to the program about the end of July, I want to say, and I started asking questions early August and all the way up until September 20th today. So with that, I wouldn't say I'm a veteran or by any means of the program, but I know a couple of things and some tips and tricks that I will do my best to share with you guys today. So what you want to do is, there are lots of people on Quora who ask a lot of questions. Like, I'm talking about in the magnitude of tens of thousands in the program. And they ask questions like, what is the best bar in insert city? So there's like, what is the best bar in Paris, or what are the best bars in Paris, and then in all the other cities. So like that kind of shotgun approach to just like copy paste is, I mean, I personally don't have a problem with it, but you run the risk of, for one, those questions just get kind of annoying for people, and people that answer your questions, you depend on them to write meaningful answers, and if they just decide to block you because they really don't want to have to answer another question about what the best bar is in insert city, then you're basically going to be losing out on people who are basically earning you money for free. So with that, just try to do your best to not be annoying when you're asking questions. So like, don't be saying, I mean, you can do this, but it's just not, in my opinion, the most efficient way to do things. So what I do, or what I try to do, because I've definitely been guilty of what I've just been saying in the past, is I try to ask like questions that I just feel are thoughtful. Like, so some of mine are like, is it impossible to get fired at Facebook? Or like, how was D-Day successful? Just like questions over a wide variety of topics that I try to have people enjoy answering them as well as reading those answers. So like when I'm asking something like, how was D-Day successful? I'm asking like, how did the concept of D-Day even begin? Like, what made it happen, and just how did it work out for the Allied powers, stuff like that. So those are just some of my kinds of questions. I've asked a decent amount. So I have right now about 10 million question views on Quora. So we'll go to all time questions, so that way you can see that I'm not lying about this. Yeah, I have, yep, see July and then August, September, and 9.53 million views, and this isn't taking into account the last 2 days, so I would say I'm about 10 million views on Quora. So I'm just laying it all out for you guys. This is just an easy way to see how I'm doing. So some of my concerns about the program include the fact that one of the problems that I'm sure a lot of people who are the top partners of the program get is that there is a bot on Quora called Quora Content Review. And what this bot does is it's basically an artificial intelligence. That's what my understanding of it is. And it merges questions that are too similar or almost identical to each other. I have no problem with that, but what happens often for partners, and especially me in this instance, is we get questions that are definitely different than others, but they get merged by the bot because it doesn't really understand that they aren't the same. And that's just like a flaw that the bot has. I don't have anything, like I don't have a problem with Quora or anything like that. I just wish that Quora could do something to make sure that some like some of the questions that that were merged into, I definitely agree with. But like here, I can show you guys, what music genre do you dislike the most? That's a question I asked. So it says, what music do you dislike? I mean, people could argue that those are pretty similar, and I would say, yeah, but the difference is I'm saying what music genre. Like someone could say this as what music song, what genre, whatever. So I feel like that question in specific and a lot of my others are definitely, or shouldn't be merged in my opinion. So yeah, that's one concern I have with it. Another concern I have with the program is that when you go to your feed, this is where most of the questions that you see day to day pop up. Quora advertises these based on views and the topics that you have said you're interested in. So that's fine. The problem with it is that Quora doesn't pay people, or doesn't pay partners for questions they ask that are of sensitive natures, like sexual assault, rape, just like those kinds of things, violence in general. And I definitely agree with that. I mean, I understand the concept behind it because advertisers don't want to have like an insurance ad for stuff like how was your rape or whatever. And I apologize if I seem callous about that, but I understand the concept of why. However, the problem with that is this is done by a bot, obviously. Quora doesn't have people just around the clock monitoring all the questions asked by the partners. So it's done by an artificial intelligence bot. And much like the Quora merging bot, what it does is it has mistakes, and people obviously try and appeal these mistakes. But the problem with both the merging bot and this bot are that it keeps doing it. So if I unmerge this question, not this one, but the music genre one, it has 1,000 views. I asked it yesterday, so that's pretty good. So I undo this merge. So it works, that's fine. But I can almost guarantee you that within the next 2 hours, it'll be remerged into the question. So I wish there would be an individual way that partners can ask about merges and try and just basically talk to a real person about these. I understand that there's a feedback system with that where you can email. Well, it isn't showing it now, but basically it shows it right here at the bottom left, mail to partners@quora.com. I understand that, but I wish there was an actual thing just within the website so I wouldn't have to go through email to do that. So those are some of my concerns about the Quora Partner Program. I'm really enjoying it. I made a substantial amount of money doing it, and I'm really grateful to Quora for this opportunity. So some advice I have for people wanting to succeed in the program, I've gotten a couple of messages from people about it, is basically try and ask thoughtful questions that you think people want to know answers to and enjoy reading. So like just like a silly question like this: why do chicken nuggets from McDonald's taste so much better than the chicken nuggets I make at home? Like, I mean, I've honestly wondered that before. And there you go, 2,000 views. I asked that yesterday. Like, people want to read stuff that they find enjoyable or stuff that intrigues them. So I would say just ask questions that you enjoy asking. Don't take it too seriously. I would try and urge people to not try and take this as a full-time job. This is mainly for me something I do for fun, and I'm kind of enjoying the fruits of my benefits. Because as some of you may already know, I am a college student and I have a lot of other things to do besides this, which is why I'm not devoting my full time to this. But basically, quick rundown for people wanting to succeed in this program, so I don't keep rambling. To be successful in this, ask thoughtful questions, ask questions that interest people, make sure to request answers from writers, and try not to just nag at people. I try and ask a wide variety of people, so I'm not asking the same person over and over, so that way it doesn't annoy them that they're just getting bombarded by requests. So I try and focus on smaller writers as well, who are kind of new to Quora as well, to help them grow for one, and also so that way hopefully they are interested in my question and they answer it. So yeah, probably in a couple of days I will be doing another video about the program and just tracking my progress so far and giving some more tips and tricks as I learn them. The next video will probably be about the ad impressions and views ratio to how much money you make. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a great day and good luck with the Quora Partner Program.